Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Friday, April 21st.
It appears to me, when looking at it, it's a completely different proposal than what was approved previously.
That's Flagler County Commissioner Leanne Pennington, who was among 3 votes that led to the denial of a proposed seaside development. Amy Cherry has more.
In a vote 4-1, commissioners denied the Solitude at Matanzas Shores development, which would have brought 16 single-family homes to a less than 4-acre parcel along State Road A1A. Under what's been approved, the developer can still build townhomes on that site. The discussion that led to the no vote centered on the county's zoning regulations and special exceptions in the code. Attorney Dennis Bayer represents one of the property owners and the Hammock Community Association.
I don't know how you go special exception from single family to allow multifamily and then special exception back to single family. And they don't meet the requirements of either of the zoning R3 or RC on some of the particular issues that they have to meet.
Commissioner Andy Dance, who also voted no, echoed similar concerns.
The underlying concern is that there's not a way in the land development code to affect single-family development with special exceptions. It's not there. The second problem that I have is that we're skipping a step in special exceptions. Special exceptions are normally handled and stop at the planning board. But there was discussion at the planning board that this was due to whether it was controversial or very unique. It was going to go to the commission. And I think the discussion of that inhibited or affected the planning board's review.
Michael Cimento, a land use attorney for the developer, argued,
"This is the way it's done every time when we do special exceptions. This is no different in a way because, as you noticed in the last special exception, there were 19 conditions in order to grant approval. The process is consistent with the law."
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. Get rid of expired or unwanted medication this weekend in Flagler County.
Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley encourages anyone who has medications they don't need or want anymore to safely dispose of them this weekend as part of the annual National Drug Take-Back Day organized by the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration.
Join us this Saturday, April 22nd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. for National Drug Take-Back Day. Bring your unwanted, expired prescriptions, over-the-counter medicine, vitamins, herbal remedies, veterinary medicines, all of that will be accepted. The only thing we will not accept is hypodermic needles and syringes.
The goal of the National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day is to keep a tight lid on the abuse of prescription drugs. Studies show a majority of people who abuse prescription drugs often find them in the homes of family or friends, according to Sheriff Staley. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
Work is already underway in advance of turtle nesting season. WNZF's Liz Ryan spoke to Kat Eastman of the Whitney Laboratory for Marine Bioscience about what's involved in the work.
Beach cleanups, removal of any kind of debris.
Kids love to make sandcastles and dig in the sand at the beach. Tell us why this seemingly harmless fun in the sun may not be so harmless to turtles.
We've seen 300-pound turtles that come on the beach to lay their eggs fall into these holes and die.
Imagine what it's like for the tiny babies.
These little guys that are only, maybe 20 grams can encounter all kinds of obstacles, and what may seem like a small obstacle to you and I can be a huge obstacle, a hole they can fall into and not be able to get out.
Why is it so crucial to sea turtles that we turn our lights off at night?
They're attracted to bright lights. Coastal homes or condos with bright, non-sea turtle friendly lighting can actually lure the babies away from the ocean and into actually oncoming traffic. So it can actually be detrimental and kill little sea turtles. So during nesting season, please turn your lights off at night.
And what should you do if you come across a turtle in distress?
The best thing to do is to call Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. Stay with the animal and make that phone call, and they will help guide you what to do and actually reach out to us or any of the sea turtle volunteers to come and give you a hand.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
The weekend is here and there's plenty of family fun to be had in Flagler County. This is Stacy with Fun for Augie Kids.
The Flagler Playhouse is presenting Barnum. P.T. Barnum, the greatest showman on earth, combines razzle-dazzle with charm and brass to sell humbug to cheering crowds. The Flagler County Library will be hosting a sensory story time tomorrow. This is a story time geared for children on the autism spectrum or who have ADD. St. Vincent's Clubhouse is presenting an Autism Awareness Festival and Resource Fair. Bring the family and enjoy music, games, food trucks, performances, vendors, and a bounce house village. Washington Oaks Garden State Park is celebrating Earth Day 2023. There will be live entertainment, food vendors, arts and craft vendors, environmental education booths, kids section, plant sales, and more. For more on these events and others, please visit us on our website at AugieKids.com. Have a great weekend.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.
And now, Mike Licio with your WNZF local sports update.
A Monday tripleheader at FPC, Flag Football Districts, a Heidi Michaels touchdown pass to Emma Swearingen was the difference in a 6-0 FPC win, avenging a 5-overtime loss to DeLand earlier in the year. Emma on vindication.
It feels really great because it was my senior night against them the first time. We played a really good game against them. It's just we ended up losing, but it feels really good to get our revenge and move on to districts.
In districts, the Bulldogs fell to Spruce Creek 28-6. The second game Monday was a 6-0 Bulldogs softball win over New Smyrna Beach in the 5-star conference tournament. Catcher Sadie Shell was 1 for 3 and caught Alexis Laura's third shutout of the season.
We gotta love each other. I help her out, she helps me out. We gotta pick each other up. I definitely have learned to read her facial expressions, and I'm able to tell when she's a little mad, but then I'm also able to help pick her up, and I know when she's happy, and I'm able to just chat with her in the game.
The Bulldogs fell to Spruce Creek 4-2 in Tuesday's semifinal. In the final game of Monday's tripleheader, Sadie's brother Dalton came up in the bottom of the 7th, with FPC trailing East River 6-2.
The Bulldogs right now very much in this ball game. The pitch, lined into right field, it's a base hit. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score on the RBI single from Dalton Shell, and it's a 6-4 ball game.
Rich Carroll on the call for the WNZF Sports Network on the Flagler Radio YouTube channel. Luke Davila would close the door for the Falcons, giving East River a 6-4 win. The next day, the Bulldogs bounced back, defeating New Smyrna to advance to the 5-star conference championship game. The Spruce Creek Hawks completed their 3-sport sweep of the Bulldogs, winning 4-3. Next up for baseball, Winter Springs on Monday. Alex Ortiz was 3 for 3 with 3 runs and 2 RBI as the Pirates conquered the Mainland Buccaneers 10-2. Monday, they head to Neptune Beach as they take on Fletcher. Pirates softball stung the alma mater last night, beating St. Augustine 18-0. Chloe Baker was 3 for 5 and announced her commitment to play college softball at Southeastern University. The Pirates have a rematch at the Ship on Monday. WNZF is your home for local sports, with updates Mondays and Fridays. From the sports desk, I'm Mike Licio.